Why should I say anything if you're just gonna put me in a background tab? If you're just gonna make me tiny in the YouTube app and keep scrolling through other stuff in the YouTube app. If you want to watch a different ASMR video, why'd you click on this? Is it so much to ask for you to focus? Just focus for like 5 minutes, and then maybe we can work our way up to 20. Why would you click this? Why? Is it because you want to relax? Is it because you want to sleep? Well, then maybe try watching it. If you don't watch this video, I'm not gonna talk. I'm just gonna shut up, because clearly you're not committed to trying to stay focused and get to sleep. What's wrong with you? Have you watched so much TikTok and YouTube shorts and YouTube reels that just a video is so hard for you to get through? And if that's true, then why do you click on them? Why don't you just stay on YouTube shorts? Why don't you just stay on TikTok? Oh wait, they banned it. How does that feel? I guess they're gonna ban it. They haven't banned it yet. It's probably your fault, you know? I bet the government caught on to how pathetic your attention span is in particular, and they were like, man, if this dumb schmuck doesn't get off TikTok, they're gonna single-handedly make the US economy worse, because they just bring the average attention span down so much just because of their particularly bad attention span. I'm serious. I can tell you're not focused right now. I can tell. Focus. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. I'm sitting here. I'm paying attention to you. I, as a YouTuber, took time out of my day to record this ASMR YouTube video for you. I was like, you know what? There's a thing I should do. How about I start doing it instead of just think about doing it or consider doing it later or do it halfway and then do something else. It's kind of like when I sit down to read a book and then I take my book and I sit down and I open it and then I read it for an hour or two. When's the last time you did that? Can you do anything? Or are you always just flitting around like a whirling dervish from one thing to another thing, not committing yourself to any of them? I'm sure your significant others really love that. Yeah, I went there because you're too much of a coward to go there. Imagine how powerful you could be if you could do something. Anything. If you could just focus on doing a little thing. If you could just take a book and read it. If you could just take a YouTube video and watch it. If you could just get in bed and go to sleep. Wouldn't that be nice if you could just get in bed and go to sleep? You know you want to get in bed and go to sleep, right? Get in bed and go to sleep. And you can't do that if you're doing a million things at once in your head. If you're writing your to-do list, but not really writing it, just kind of formulating it in your head and thinking about how you're going to write it once you write it, because right now you're scrolling on the thing and you have your email open somewhere else and you're petting your dog or your cat or your toad or whatever it is that you have, and you're not really doing any of those things, and your toad is oh my god, why is the petting so quality right now? I remember when my caretaker used to pet me in a way that I loved, and now they just kind of smack me. That's probably what your pet toad is thinking, because you're not even focused on your animal. Just focus. 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 Count with me, okay? I'm not going to tell you when we're going to stop. But count with me. Please? This is like one of those brain games. It'll make you not have dementia when you're older, okay? Just count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Could you tell when I was about to start over because of my face and my voice and my mouth? Because if you could, then that means you were focusing, because it was really obvious I was about to start over. But if you weren't focusing, then you wouldn't have got onto it, okay? So let's do it again, and I want you to try and count with me and just like know when I'm gonna start over, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. How'd you do? How did you do? Give me a percentage. I want to know exactly how much you got right and how much you got wrong. It should be pretty easy math if you were focused to figure out the percentage of times that you got it correct. I'm not going to do that math though. I'm not even actually going to tell you how to do it. Because, because I'm not focused on math, I'm focused on making this video, and that's what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm supposed to chill you out. I guess if math isn't chill for you, you don't have to do math right now. What's your favorite subject? What was your favorite subject in school? Do you remember sitting in class and being in your favorite subject in school when you were like in high school or college, your favorite class of your life? And you remember how you were focused and how you were just wrapped in what the professor was saying about history or English or physics or science or physics or science or English or Spanish or Mongolian. Do you remember being obsessed and focused? Do you remember being in kindergarten and organizing your crayons and putting them in the right order? Do you remember opening up your pencil case and feeling proud of like how organized everything was? Do you remember organizing all of your folders for all of your different classes and buying soft book covers for your textbooks and touching them with your hand and spinning them around? And how it kind of looks like this when you spin around the soft book cover and you make like the circles in a wrinkle? Do you remember doing that and comparing it? And do you remember chewing on your pencils? But like, not in a gross way, it just helped you focus a little bit. Do you remember chewing on your pencils? Do you remember peeling your pencils and focusing while you were in class and peel, until it was just a big wooden stick, and then taking 2 of those wooden sticks and playing with them on the playground because you thought you could make fire with them? And then do you remember the teacher coming and being like, "Sorry to interrupt, you can't make fire at the school"? Also, that's not how you make fire. Because when you were a kid, you could focus on things. When you were a kid, you could get completely absorbed in the task that you were doing, or in who you were talking to, or what you were hearing, or how the clouds looked, or the grass looked, or the weird sound over there. You could be completely focused And do you remember that sensation of being immersed? Just being completely immersed and entranced by the world around you, being subsumed into it. I want you to be subsumed into this video, okay? I want you to focus. I want to grab hold of your brain and hold it in my hands. And I promise I'll take very, very good care of it. I promise. But you gotta focus. You gotta pay attention. And you've gotta enjoy the focus. You've gotta kind of be obsessed, you know? I wouldn't mind if you were like a little bit more parasocial sometimes, you know? I think it would help you focus better. If you like really cared a lot. Because, you know, there's a lot of ASMR artists on the internet, honestly. And if you just treat them all like normal people, then none of us feel special. So I have to be, at least while you're watching this video, the most important one. Okay? You don't have to stay parasocial. You don't have to keep me as the most important person in your life. That should probably be Jesus or something. But right now, you have to be more obsessed with me than Jesus. I mean, more obsessed with me than you are with Jesus. Jesus is already obsessed with me. I don't think you could be more obsessed with me than Jesus is obsessed with me. But like, you know, whatever. We all have our gifts. Can you do that though? Can you focus? Can you be a little bit obsessed? Can you be like, wow, look at those fingers moving? And can you just and make it kind of strange for you for a moment? Instead of just any fingers wiggling around in space, can you acknowledge that I, the most important person right now, am wiggling my fingers in front of your face? And look at them go. They're like wiggly, wiggly. And you can kind of feel it in your brain, right? Because it's so special and it's so unique. And it's like, wow. Tingly, tingly. Isn't it kind of tingly when you just let everything be special? When you just let everything be special. The best art makes the strange familiar and the familiar strange. It's a very classic principle in theater. 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 Are you at all familiar with the Verfremdungs effect? The Verfremdungs effect. Verfremdungs effect. Verfremdungs effect. Say it with me. Verfremdungs effect. It was a word used by Bertolt Brecht. Bertolt Brecht. It's a German word, in case you couldn't tell, but it's sometimes translated as alienation or estrangement. It's kind of like making the strange familiar or the familiar strange. But it's all about taking normal things and kind of letting them feel weird and special again. Although Bertolt Brecht usually meant it in a discomforting way. Or he meant to use it in like a way to talk about the discomfort of theater. But for us, I don't really want to make ASMR feel uniquely weird to you in the way that maybe it did when you first started making first started watching ASMR. I want it to feel re-enchanting. I want it to feel interesting to you again. Because if you're interested, it'll help you focus. And you've got to focus. Otherwise, you're just gonna be scroll, flick, slide up, slide into the other thing, open, keep YouTube video tiny in the background, and you're like driving at the same time. No, you have to savor it. If you savor it, then the focus will come naturally, but you have to savor it. Because I'm special. I am not unlimited. I know it seems unlimited because I have like a gazillion videos out there, but I am a very limited resource. I started once, and one day I will end. I am condemned to savor myself for the rest of my life. The least you could do is savor my videos too. You know what I mean? Don't make me be alone in like experiencing me. Experience me fully. As fully as I am experiencing this, I want you to experience this. Otherwise, I'm just alone. Again. Just like last time you watched my videos, and you weren't focused, and you kept flipping out to watch YouTube shorts, or TikTok, or Discord, or whatever. And the time before that, you fell asleep. Which, like, is fine, I guess, but it'd be nice if you could just focus the whole video. Have you ever done that? Have you ever stayed focused for an entire ASMR video and just stared at the screen and let your eyes glaze over and become like hypnotized by the sounds and the sights and the peace of it all? Have you ever really felt involved? I want to involve you. Take my hand. Slap it. High five. Very good. Slap it gently. Gently. Slap. Touch your screen. Touch your screen. Touch it. Yay. Thank you. Your hands smell kind of weird. I'm gonna wash my hands later. Are you focused? Are you focused? Are you focused, idiot? Because I know how quickly the focus can leave you. I know how quickly, poof, everything I've said just can fly out the window because you get a little notification, or because you hear a dog or a car, or because someone walks in on you and then you're like, no one can know I watch ASMR. Even though everyone is watching ASMR, okay? It's like not weird anymore, truly. So like, if someone walks in on you watching ASMR, just leave it playing. Like, they can watch this video too, I won't be mad. Of course, it'd be better if they watched on their own device, because then I would get 2 views instead of 1. But like, whatever, who's counting? You could show them something new. You could share something with them about yourself. And then maybe they could be like, oh my gosh, I also watch ASMR. Here's my favorite creators. And that would be great. Then you'd have a friend. When's the last time you had a friend? Are you focused? Are you dedicated? I kind of want to make you prove it to me. Okay, there's There's two ways that you can prove to me that you're focused. One is to fall asleep and do nothing and say nothing and just fall asleep. I think that counts as you being focused on relaxing and taking care of yourself. But then the other way to prove to me that you're paying attention is to comment something about cantaloupe. Okay? Anything about cantaloupe. You can talk about the color. You can talk about how you don't know what it is. You can talk about how it's the best summer melon or the worst summer melon. You can talk about how the color of it kind of reminds you of the color of salmon or oranges or there's not enough orange things. There's not nearly enough orange things in the world. Can you just list some orange things for me? Please, just focus. Focus and list 5 orange things. Okay? List 1, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then list 1 more. That is my request for you. Talk about cantaloupe, list 5 orange things, go to sleep. Just focus for 1 second, you idiot. Please. Please focus. So that I'm not just sitting here by myself. You know? Please?